One of our members, Bridge MCP, sent me a video that really, in 1 minute, said everything we need to know about American democracy. And what's interesting is, right after I saw the video, Michael Moore, on 4th of July, his newsletter, Substack newsletter, and I probably should put this in my Substack newsletter, had this piece, this 1 minute piece by Mick Wallace, who is the left group in the European Parliament. He represents South Ireland, I believe, in the European Union. And what he said is such a perfect encapsulation of who we've become and what we have to fight for to move forward. I want you to listen to this, and then we'll take it on the other side.
Why are we so quiet about challenging the US when they threaten human rights? Some people have said in here, oh, we can't be, how dare we talk about the US? Well, we talk about everybody else. Is the US a functioning democracy? Well, let's have a look at it. It costs $2 billion to become president. They have 25% of the total prisoners in the world. They spend over $800 billion a year on arms, which is more than most of the world put together. They've been at war for 250 years since their state was formed 275 years ago. But they can't afford universal health care. They can't afford the 1.7 trillion debt forgiveness for students. They can't afford a program for the 17 million children that go to bed hungry. Is this a functioning democracy? What's your idea of a democracy? Bernie Sanders wasn't even allowed to win the nomination for the Democrats. The Americans couldn't spell democracy.
Now, a lot of people would get upset. This foreigner is speaking down on America. But you know, America always talk about the democracy, the false democracy in other people's country. We always talk about the other problems in other countries. But you know what we've always failed to do is self-reflect, to see what we need to improve on, and to see how the rest of the world think about us, and to understand why the rest of the world thinks the way too often about us. I mean, too often we are there telling everybody what they need to do to make their democracy a real democracy, a democracy for all. But what we see in America is not only a democracy that is failing in its current state, but a democracy that is structured to further fail and transition into a full-blown fascist state. So I think it's a good thing for us to listen to foreign politicians who have the guts to speak out against Americans. Because look, he's a left-winger. But there are many moderates around Europe, many moderates around Latin America, many moderates in the Caribbean who would tell you straight out, look, before you preach to us, take care of home. Before you tell us what we need to do to improve our democracy, maybe you should make yourself into a real democratic republic. Because right now what we have is we are on a path to fascism, but it's worse because there is a sect in this country that will not allow fascism to reign, and it doesn't speak well for where we're heading. We spend a lot of time deconstructing the news, trying to parse it into a form that everybody can understand. We try to find those little nitpicks where it flies above the fray, etc. If you really like these videos that we do, I want to ask a big favor. Please go ahead, number one, subscribe to our channel, and number two, please join if you can. Thank you so kindly for watching. Keep watching. Please remember to share. We must populate the entire internet with our progressive message, a message that we know is what most Americans say that they want. So help us, please join.